Times Now news break exclusive getting to you incriminating drug chats. It was here on Times Now that the first drug disclosure was made. We had access chats between Riya Chakrabarti, all their inner circles, several other people. This is another incriminating chat that we have now accessed. Names of 5 top Bollywood actors appear in these chats is what we are given to understand. My colleague Swati Joshi now joins me with those chats. Over to you, Swati.
Well, absolutely. You know, this interrogation that is taking place in the drug case has opened a Pandora's box. Several high-profile names are now coming out. And in one way or the other, they have association with Bollywood. Here we have another set of incriminating chats here. Taking place between N and J. We, of course, have hidden the names here. The first chat says, you promise me, get me some nice MD in Bombay and we will party together. Here, the MD, this is very important. The MD, which we also know, stands for MDMA. In chat number 2, this individual says, when I come next, I truly need a break. Now, if you look at only these first 3 messages, and if in case you do not know what MD stands for, you would find nothing suspicious. But take a look at the reply that comes in from J. The reply says, how you are making me into a peddler. And in another response, she says, however, your wish is my command. So she agrees, accepts, says yes, your wish is my command, which means that yes, she will supply MD. She will get MD for N, who has asked for the MD in the message and says, whenever I'm in Bombay next, we will party together. Let's take a look at another set of message exchanges here, which says, call me once you are down, we'll come down and get you. Hello, I am sending across the CBD oil with Genal today. First MD and now CBD. CBD oil with Genal today. And the response that comes in is, hey, thank you. And then some emoticons are exchanged. Then the person S says, listen, I still want to meet SLB. So in the first chat, there is a mention of MD here. In the first chat, it says, you promised me, get me some nice MD, Poonam. And then in chat number 2, CBD oil appears. So one can understand the context of this entire conversation, and the exchange here of messages is about these specific things, CBD oil and MD. Then this in fact is giving more leads to the NCB, which is looking at the larger nexus, looking to unearth the drug cartel operating in Bollywood. Poonam.
Absolutely, Swati. Now, these are 5 initials that have come to the fore: N, J, S, K and D. These 5 initials are a part of these messages that are now under the scanner of the NCB. We're given to understand that those people who are named in these chats are likely to be summoned as well in the near future, Swati.
Absolutely. In fact, the NCB is now looking at these chats, and soon the individuals are going to be summoned is what we are being told. So, you know, the NCB is looking to unearth the entire drug nexus. Remember, the NCB spoke about the nexus which is operating in Bollywood. It has not just to do with the consumption angle, but the procurement angle. And that's why certain drug peddlers have been taken into custody. Some of them already are under arrest and are spilling the beans. Let's take a look at another set of chats here, which is between D and K, where D asks, maal you have, to which K replies, I have, but at home I am at Bandra. Maal do you have? And the response is, yes, I do have. Then K says, I can ask Amit if you want, to which D replies, yes, please. K says Amit has, he is carrying it. D says hash na. So in the first message they say maal, and then they've started using words like hash, not weed. So D wants hash. D wants hash, not weed, to which K says, what time are you coming to Coco? And then they talk about meeting up, and then yes, D says 11:30 or 12ish. D is going to go to Coco's place. Till what time is Shal there? Now, we don't know who Shal is, or, you know, what is the context of Shal's name appearing in the conversation that the agencies will have to look into. K says, I think she said 11:30 because she needs to at the other place. She needs to be at the other place at 12. So very clearly here in this conversation, D is asking K for maal, and then K says, yes, I have the maal, or I can also ask Amit to get it for us. Someone by the name Shal has appeared in the chats. D is very specific about what D wants, Poonam, and D wants hash,
Absolutely,
not weed.
Absolutely, those messages are between 2 people, D and K. We're given to understand they are on the NCB scanner now. They're likely to be summoned anytime soon. We do know both of these are Bollywood A-listers. from the sources within the NCB, Swati, we've gathered that D is somebody who was also at the party of Karan Johar in 2019, the video of which went viral.
Absolutely. In fact, now the NCB will have to look into what kind of association do these people have with the names that are appearing, or the people who already are in the custody of the NCB who are already under arrest. Another set of messages here coming in, which is between N and S. And here N says, "You promised me get some nice MD." This is what I was showing earlier to our viewers. The excerpts here from the entire thread, the entire message trail. "You promised to get me some nice MD in Bombay and we will party together." MD stands for MDMA. Here N is specifically asking about MD. "When I come next, I truly need a break." Needs MD, needs a break, wants to relax. And we all know what the kind of effects are of consuming MD. To which Jay says, "How you are making me into a peddler." Now, like I said, Poonam, in the first 3 chats, if you just go by what the person is saying, talking about MD, and if you don't know what the full form of MD is, you wouldn't find anything suspicious. You wouldn't think that they are maybe talking about drugs. But when Jay says that you're turning me into a peddler, that's when the suspicion arises. That's when you start questioning what really is MD. Why is Jay saying that you're turning me into a peddler if not they are talking about drugs? And then Jay says, "However, your wish is my command," to which basically means that Jay is agreeing to what the other person is saying, that okay, fine, if you want MD, I will arrange it for you. So that is the conversation between N and J. I believe our colleagues Siddhant, Imran and Tamal are joining us. Poonam, over to you.
Absolutely. Now, Siddhant, we have these chats, 2 of them very, very incriminating. There are 5 initials, 5 people linked to Bollywood that are now under the scanner. We're given to understand one of them is also somebody who was at the 2019 party of Karan Johar.
Well, that's absolutely right. These are the 5 celebrities, those who are currently under the lens. You remember it was Times Now which broke for the first time that 25 Bollywood celebrities' names are currently with the Narcotics Control Bureau. Now we have put out these chats also for our viewers, have been accessed by us. So now this N is a top actress of Bollywood. D, K are the top actresses of Bollywood. At the same time, we have other names also in the chat. Now you can see that how very easily this particular person is asking CBD oil from J, and J is responding back by saying that I'll be sending the CBD oil. Now the CBD oil before this had also come in chat between Riya Chakrabarti and Jaya Saha, in which Shruti Modi was also involved, and this is the second time CBD oil's name has come up during the chats. First, second, and the most important chat is is the chat between K and D, and one Amit's name has also been mentioned during the chats. Now they are directly asking for a maal, and the third and the very important chat is between S and J. Now S is saying that I need a break, I need a stuff, and then J is replying that one day you will turn me into a peddler, and but your wish is my command, and I'll abide by what you are saying. So all these chats are available with Times Now, and this is we are putting out for the first time for our viewers,
right,
that we have accessed these chats. Not just that, S is also asking that I want to meet SLB. Now who is this SLB? We really don't know.
Right,
but
there are several names in these chats, Siddhant, like SLB or Amit, who are now under the scanner. They will have to, the NCB of course will have to try and figure out who these people are. What we do know that these 5 people are linked to Bollywood. These 5 are under the scanner. Tamal is also with us now. Tamal, the NCB crackdown is only intensifying. We do know that 2 A-listers, which is Sara Ali Khan and Shraddha Kapoor, are also going to be summoned in the near future. It looks like that list has only gotten longer.
Well, that's right, Poonam. In fact, even as we speak, Jaya Shah, the former talent manager of Sushant Singh Rajput, one who is a talent manager still now and owns a company, is inside the NCB office. She came down around 1:50 this afternoon, and she is now being quizzed by NCB. And what we can also say that these names which are now coming to the fore could also be connected to Jaya Shah, and that's what we are picking up from NCB sources. So basically the conversation that has happened between these actors, actresses, possibly also involve Jaya Shah, and she could be a crucial connect between these chats and the Bollywood. The reason why she has been called by NCB, the reason why she has also been quizzed by CBI in the past. Now, coming back to your question, yes, Sara Ali Khan and Shraddha Kapoor are two names of Bollywood who we have learned, having spoken to NCB sources, that they will be summoned, and they have a context to summon them because they have direct connection with the Sushant Singh Rajput's mysterious death probe. One who had acted with Sushant Singh Rajput and had also been a close friend, had also travelled outside, that is Sara Ali Khan, apparently also shared a very mutual camaraderie with Riya Chakraborty, and they had a mutual interest in drugs. When it comes to Shraddha Kapoor too had attended certain success parties of films like Chichore, organized by Sushant Singh Rajput at the farmhouse in Lonavala that belonged to the actor, and over there testimonies have now suggested that drugs and consumption of drugs had happened. So at this juncture, NCB wants to take one step at a time, and what you've learned from NCB
they're trying
sources,
to build up the ladder, they're trying to build a hierarchy so that there is a watertight case. They do not leave any loose ends. That's the entire point of this NCB crackdown, which is why they are taking their time as far as summoning Bollywood A-listers goes. Stay with us. Swati, we do know that 5 people are now under the scanner, all 5 of whom are linked to Bollywood. This K person that features in these chats, we're given to understand from our sources within the NCB, is that this person is linked to a prominent Bollywood family.
Absolutely. And you know, the point that you were earlier making, Poonam, that as per reports, one of these individuals whose initials, of course, we are playing out here, were present in Karan Johar's party, then that gives a huge lead to the NCB, because the NCB is looking into the authenticity of the video. Remember, Manjinder Singh Sirsa had filed a complaint in 2019 also and in 2020 also, and the NCB is looking into that particular complaint where Mr. Sirsa alleges, this is his allegation, that people present in Karan Johar's party were consuming drugs, and the NCB, of course, looking for a lead into that particular complaint. And like Poonam was highlighting, the initials of these individuals that we are playing out in the chat between them, one of them belongs to a top Bollywood family. One or the other way, all these individuals, these high profile personalities are associated with Bollywood. That in fact further exposes the drug nexus, that further tells us how deep this nexus runs between Bollywood and the drug peddlers. Let's once again take a look at these chats. Exchange between, in this case, an exchange between J and S, where J says, call me once you are down, will come down and get you. And in the second message, J says, hello, I am sending across the CBD oil with Geenal today. Earlier, we saw the CBD oil mentioned in a chat between Riya Chakraborty and Jaya Saha, where Jaya Saha tells Riya Chakraborty how to use CBD oil, how to put it in coffee or water or tea, and to then just wait for 40 to 45 minutes for its effects to kick in. And here in this conversation, an individual whose initial is J again talks about CBD oil and says that Geenal, a name we don't know who Geenal is at this point in time, but says that I will send it across with Geenal today. And then S responds to it, says, hey, thank you. And there are some emoticons shared between S and J. And then S says, listen, I still want to meet SLB. The agency will also have to look into who SLB is. If this, the name, the SLB here, I don't know whether it's for an individual or another product that they're talking about, some substance that they're talking about here in terms of meeting SLB and then maybe acquiring it, procuring it, or it's just a normal meeting. The NCB will have to, of course, look into it.